Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest what-ifs in comic book movie history. What if Marvel never sold the film rights to Spider-Man? It's a question that has kept fans debating for years, so let's swing right into it. First, let's set the scene. Back in the late 90s, Marvel was in a tough spot financially. To stay afloat, they made the difficult decision to sell the film rights to some of their most iconic characters. The X-Men went to Fox, and our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man went to Sony. This decision shaped the entire landscape of superhero movies for the next 2 decades. But what if Marvel had held on? Imagine a world where the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, kicked off not with Iron Man in 2008, but with Spider-Man. It's highly likely that Peter Parker, not Tony Stark, would have been the foundational hero of the entire franchise. Think about it. Spider-Man is Marvel's most popular and recognizable character globally. A Spider-Man movie, produced in-house by newly formed Marvel Studios, would have been a guaranteed blockbuster, giving them a much stronger starting point. This means the entire trajectory of Phase 1 would have been different. Instead of building towards the Avengers, the initial focus might have been on establishing Spidey's world. We might have seen films for characters directly tied to him, maybe even a Spider-Verse-style crossover event much earlier. Would the Avengers still have formed? Almost certainly. But Peter Parker would have been a founding member, right alongside Captain America and Thor from the very beginning. His youthful energy and street-level perspective would have fundamentally changed the teams. Dynamic, but imagine Spider-Man's witty banter with a stoic Captain America in the first Avengers movie. And what about the villains? Without Sony making their own Spider-Man films, iconic villains like Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, and Venom would have been exclusively in Marvel Studios' hands. Norman Osborn could have been a recurring, shadowy antagonist throughout the early phases, a corporate rival to Tony Stark, and a puppet master pulling strings behind the scenes, perhaps even leading to a Dark Reign or Siege storyline, instead of Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet being the first major saga. Maybe we would have seen a massive storyline centered around the Sinister Six, assembled by Osborn to take down the Avengers. This alternate timeline would also drastically change the casting. No Tobey Maguire, no Andrew Garfield, and no Tom Holland as we know them. Marvel Studios would have cast their own Peter Parker back in the mid-2000s. Who would it have been? It's fun to speculate. This actor would have grown with the role over a decade, becoming the undisputed face of the MCU. So, would the MCU have been better? It's hard to say. On one hand, having their flagship character from the start would have given Marvel a massive advantage, and a more cohesive universe from day one. The storytelling possibilities with villains like Norman Osborn and events like the Clone Saga would be incredible. On the other hand, the struggle and risk that came with launching the MCU with a B-list hero like Iron Man is what made its success so special. It forced Marvel to be creative, to build a universe piece by piece, and it gave us the legendary performance of Robert Downey Jr. that defined a generation of superhero films. Plus, let's be honest, Sony gave us some truly iconic moments with their Spider-Man movies, especially the first Raimi films and the animated masterpiece, Into the Spider-Verse. In the end, while it's fascinating to imagine a world where Spider-Man never left home, perhaps things worked out for the best. We got amazing, separate Spidey adventures, and we eventually got to see him join the MCU anyway, leading to that epic on your left moment in Endgame. It was a long, winding road, but our friendly neighborhood hero finally came home. What do you think? Would the MCU have been better if they had always had Spider-Man? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.